You said who?
The microphone I want to try. See if it works. We got street. It's like a karaoke microphone. It's basically a microphone that comes with a speaker on it. It's wireless. And you can Bluetooth it. So I don't know how loud it gets. If it'll be better than you.
Yeah, man.
If it's loud enough, and if we can hook it up to his Bluetooth, his radio, and y'all be out there with the microphone, it'll be easier versus you having to hold this and hold this. Just be like,
And it's a mic. It's a.
say karaoke microphone because you're supposed to be able to sing into it and have the speaker connected.
Yeah, it's Friday Night Lights. Ain't no. I haven't seen that one.
You never seen it? But yeah, like you got the speaker on the bottom. And you can see she sings and it's like the speaker on the bottom. And it's wireless. It's gold. I got one because I know you need it. That one now. I'm gonna try this one too.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But it's when you seeing all the stuff that's going on, it's like, man, it's crazy, man. Because but yeah, like but it kind of show you though, like the lion nature of this beast that we going against. Yeah.
You see them do some shit and they're lying about it.
I'm saying they police, man, they will whip your ass and charge you with assault on officer. Like, I've seen that thing numerous times with the police. You know, they beat a brother and then charge him with the assault.
Right.
I've seen the officers sexually harass black men and then get mad when or charge them with a battery on a Leo when the brother push him off them or just swipe his hand or something, like not even physically get into a fight with them, but you.
Shalom. Oh, okay, that's Ariana. Shalom.
Oh, she in there.
Shalom.
Asked her what was she last night. What was it that?
Hallows Eve was
Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday?
That's when they went over there.
Yeah,
Wednesday night, okay, yeah. Yeah, man, that thing is crazy. But yeah, man, like it's amazing, man. You see the lies that they tell you, man. The lies they be telling me that. I don't understand it, man. That's why I hate it for the young brother that went and got himself in trouble. But you know, it's bound to happen if you're not in here, man.
Yeah.
Man, this thing done deleted my comment. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it did. It ain't put my whole comment. That's what it was. So that means shalom. Yeah. Friday Night Lights is in the building. Friday Night Lights. So, Shalom Facebook. Jonathan Israel. We're gonna take this time. We're we're gonna go to Friday Night Lights. Cover cover a couple situations going on. Friday Night Lights. Amen. Hallelujah.
Somebody get this dude off the mic.
Amen. so nah, man. But and just when you just look at an overall perspective of the beast that we're dealing with, because everybody know that's what Esau is, a 7-headed beast. The beast that we're dealing with is the beast that will beat, rob, steal, kill, and charge the victims as if they are the ones that committed the crimes. Just the thing about it, you steal a whole goddamn country and then call the people you stole it from immigrants.
Right.
Illegal immigrants. They ain't got no rights to be in the land that you stole from them.
Right.
Like, it's crazy, man. I'm like, man, this is crazy. So, with our people, man, we our people stand locked up in all types of trouble, and in the midst of it is really, if you look at it, one of the things, like our people are lost. In other words, on what I'm trying to put it,
Yeah,
we're lost, and nothing has helped find us or help us find our way, navigate through the darkness. Like I'm looking for a start point. I think Deuteronomy 28 is as good as one. When you go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 29, but start at 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Right. So he said the Lord shall smite thee with madness. It says madness, meaning our people. Madness, just what that calculates to here is talking about being crazy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you see somebody, that nigga is crazy. What the hell is wrong with him? So the madness is we would be smitten with madness, meaning you'll be crazy as hell. Blindness, you can't see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But this isn't actually going into a literal blind. You know what I'm saying? This is a spiritually blind.
See the truth.
Right. And then when it says, and an astonishment of heart, astonishment is something that's astonishing to look at, like, wow. Astonishment of heart, our mind will be astonished. The thoughts, the things that our people do, you're like, who the hell thinks of that?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a stunning, like, I will not. So we were smitten with these things from the Most High, right? Verse 29.
And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
Right, so it says we would grope at noonday like the blind gropeth in night and darkness. Now, a blind man, you already can't see. Right. So now when it's dark, when it's saying you groping, you literally like this. He's saying we would be like that in damn noonday. When the sun is out, when everything is clear, when you can see, you groping like a man in the darkness. That's that blindness. Watch this.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
And no man shall save thee. So this right here wasn't talking about a literal blind. It's saying that we will be spiritually blind. When somebody call themselves conscious, they say, I'm awoke to the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like for us, when we said, man, that brother, he ain't woke up yet. I mean, he came to the acknowledgement of who he is. We will be blind in all those ways, and we wouldn't profit in none of the ways, and none of our ways. When you groping, I'm gonna get to you straight now. You groping at noonday, it's somebody we wouldn't be able to see the truth right in front of our face. A lot of people got the Bible right in front of them, and they can't see that the Bible's talking about them.
Right.
The Bible is talking about our people. We can't see that the Israelite movement is the only movement we're supposed to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? We're groping at noonday. when we lost in the sense of, okay, most of our people are snared up in the Muslims. They snared in the Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah Witnesses, Christianity, which is the main.
Mm-hmm.
So now that brings me to the point. We're lost people and we smothered all up in the Christianity. And then on top of that, Christianity hasn't profited us in no way. It hasn't made us prosperous in no way, shape, or form. So when you take that into consideration, our people are destroyed because Christianity is the religion of the beast that is his tool of controlling us. If you go to, and by that I mean Christianity has did nothing but destroy us and made us worse of a people than we were to begin with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go to any prison, 90% of the brothers in there, they'll tell you their mothers and fathers was Christians. Mm-hmm. You go to the damn streets, most of the prostitutes out there say they Christians.
Right.
This is one brother, I saw him, he put something out there to my, I'm a Christian, which means I'm a follower of God. And I'm and the scriptures say such. When you read that in the scriptures, when it said they called them Christians, mm-hmm. that wasn't a good thing. It was meant in a derogatory term. You know what I'm saying? So being a Christian, you won't find it in the scriptures where it tells us to be Christians. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the religion of Christianity, it ain't did nothing but help us be more destroyed and be controlled. Period, point blank. You go, like I told you, you go to any damn church anywhere across the country, or not church, but any jail across the country, and 90% of the brothers in there, that's our people, gonna tell you their mothers and fathers was Christians. Hell, and the ones in there that think they found a way, they gonna tell you they Christians.
Right.
So it's clearly an error in our people. And Christianity is clearly one of the main tools because Christianity ain't stopped now one of our brothers from going down the road, from smoking the crack, from smoking the weed, from selling the drugs to their brother. Christianity has not reformed now one of our brothers.
Just up my
right. So now we take that because Christianity is witchcraft like a mother. So now you take that and you look at it, okay, that's why we smothered in the holes that we smothered in now, because now it becomes clear that Christianity is one of the biggest tools that's destroying us as a people. So now, knowing that about Christianity, now it's time for us, so we got to find another way. And that's when the Most High called you to be an Israelite. He woke you up to be who you are, who you're supposed to be according to the scripts. I'm looking for something, that's why I'm talking. What was I going to go? Oh, yeah. So now, Christianity is destroying us as people. It's not doing nothing to help save us or bring us out of the hellhole that we're living in, but it's only pushing us in further. Now that lets you know, if you look at it, besides that being the white man's way of controlling us, when you look into Christianity in another sense, who does Christianity give power to? Now, when I say that, you gotta think about the households now. Christianity gives power to who? Christianity is, that religion is ran by the woman. That's why 90%, I'm gonna decrease that number. About 70% of the men don't even go to the Sunday church. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember dudes my mom used to date, they didn't go to damn church with her. When she was claiming, going to church, trying to live right, they let us go to church and they go hang out. And after church, we meet back up and stuff. But men don't really, the men was going, not no brothers, you know what I'm saying? They ain't going up into the Sunday church because Sunday church was ran by the women. The women got all the power in the church. So now, if Christianity ain't for us as a people, but when you look at it, who they give the power to is the woman, then you more certainly know it certainly ain't for the man. So the man, if the man ain't leaning on Christianity really, he claiming to be a Christian, but he ain't participating in that the church going and stuff, then what option does it leave him in our actuality? Leave him with the streets.
Mhm.
So now I got my wife, she going to the damn Sunday church to be a Christian, and they giving her this authority and power, and they feeding this to her spirit.
Mhm.
So now she come home, she come home, and she puffing up and buffed up at me because in church they done puffed up to make her feel like she got a power that she don't have. Meanwhile, I ain't got nothing. I'm in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm living the raw life.
Idle hand.
Right. Basically the idle hands versus the hands of witchcraft. Now you put them two together, an explosion gonna happen eventually.
Mhm.
So now the explosion happens, you end up getting in trouble. And it all goes back to one thing. We lost broken in noonday because Christianity ain't for us. And the system that this beast has designed, which was Christianity, was a perfect tool to destroy the black household. So now, with that being said, Ezekiel, scripture I had you for earlier about the sanctuary. Ezekiel,
11 and 16.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
All righty then. Ezekiel 11 and 16.
Ezekiel chapter 11 and verse 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right. So we would be scattered, and we scatter the beast. And remember, the Most High used that beast to scatter us into many different countries, into different religions. But in the midst of those places, this is why you woke up. This is why you woke up. This is why one nation exists. That's why you got United Kingdom of Israel, United Kingdom of Israel congregation, Army of Israel, ISUPK, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. This is why you see these congregations sprouting up, because these are your safe havens. These are the sanctuaries that the Most High said he would put in the midst of the heathens. That's why you see these congregations rising up. These are safe havens. Those brothers out there running want to be solo lifestyle. Okay. You'll eventually run into your time if you don't find you a safe haven. You know what I'm saying? Now, and I told him, I said, at least, you can be amongst brothers where when the feast days come, you go keep the convocation with them. Right. But you just, in my court, okay. All right, the Most High is coming to recover us as a nation. He's coming to pick you individuals up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really look at it, and I'm digressing for a second, if you really look at the commandments, you got serve no other, worship no other gods, keep the Sabbath day, don't take my name in vain, right? Now think about it. When you go, if you look at the 10, right, 80% of them have to deal with the way you deal with your brothers. So how are you practicing dealing with your brothers if you're individual like? You're not. It says that the two greatest commandments is what? Fear God with all thy heart and all thy soul, and keep the commandments basically. And what? To love thy brother. Right. So when you read these commandments, when you really read this Bible, if you really dig into it, and I'm digressing like I told you, if you really dig into this Bible, you'll see that 80 to 90% of the commandments got something to do with how you deal with your neighbors, your brothers. You know what I'm saying? So if you're an individual, you ain't learned how to deal. You ain't learned how to handle, because every last one of us had a situation where when we first came in, something we didn't like, right? Or something that we had a disagreement on, we had to be, hey, you know that ain't the way to deal with that. It's supposed to be such. Like, you don't practice that, because in the midst of a congregation, in the midst of these sanctuaries where we learning how to conduct ourselves while we surrounded by the enemies, it's going to be many affixes. We're going to do many things that tick each other off. And guess what? You have to learn how to forgive your brother. You have to learn how to grow past that stuff. Like you're an individual, you are not practicing that. So first time something sets you off, you're gonna get yourself put to death. You know what I'm saying? Because right now you in the midst of your enemies. Like we scattered amongst the heathens. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. I don't understand. Some brothers they get butt hurt. They leave congregations and all of a sudden they're against it. I can't vouch with you on that. So read that again real quick.
Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 16. Therefore say, thus says the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen.
Right, so we've been cast off far amongst the heathens.
And although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right, so Most High will be a little sanctuary to us in the countries where they shall come. So it's pretty clear if you understand this truth and these congregations, whichever one you were with, that's the one the Most High put you there, and you post that you're gonna come there. That's gonna be your safe haven. This truth is our safe haven. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures basically tell you that. Let's do it like this. Watch this. I want to come back to Ezekiel 11 and 16 to keep that memory, that thought fresh. But watch this. Get Psalms real quick. I think it's Psalms 125. Let me see. I believe it's like Psalms 125, verse 3, something like that. Yeah. Psalms 125, verse 3.
Psalms chapter 125 and verse 3. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous.
Right. So the rod of the wicked. Now the rod is as we know, rod is the tool of correction.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it says the rod of the wicked shall not do what?
Rest upon the lot of the righteous.
Come on.
Lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity.
Right. Now what is iniquity?
Sin.
So when I say the truth is our safe haven, I'm saying that literally because the scriptures tell you that the rod of the wicked, the tool of correction from the wicked, shall not be used upon us or rest upon us except we stick our hands into the midst of sin. So it's telling you that the moment you start sinning, for you to sin, you got to be outside the truth because you can't be in the truth at the same time. And I hope y'all get what I'm saying. I'm not saying that because you in this truth, you're not going to error. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, you the moment you put your hands in the sin at that point in time, okay, until you repent, you not necessarily actually like in the truth. You in the midst of wickedness. So guess what happens? The rod of the wicked can come down on you in the midst of that, and you don't get the chance to repent for it. Right at that point in time. So the truth is our safe haven. So now the rod of the wicked will not rest upon the lot of the righteous, except the righteous stick his hand forth into iniquity. I mean, I don't have to worry about police gunning me down because I ain't in the midst of sin. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example. Well, I hate to say perfect example because I don't like using none of our brethren that were put to death by police. Mm-hmm. We know it was racist. Like, check out Michael Brown situation. Mm-hmm. Now, later on, people saying that it's not what it said it was, but let's look at it from this point of view for a second. Michael Brown, they say he stole a cigar, a Black and Mild, something like that at the store, and as he trying to get back to wherever he was going, that's when the police did the racist thing and killed him. Mm-hmm. Now, was it racist? Absolutely. Hell yeah, it's racist. We all know it's racist. But the whole thing was he stole. Mm-hmm. He put his hands in the midst of sin, and the Most High let the rod of the wicked come upon him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But of course, goddamn right, it was racist. We know that was racist. If they had been a white kid, they wouldn't even thought about shooting him. Right. You know what I'm saying? But the rod of the wicked will not rest upon him. you accept, you stick your hand forth into iniquity. That's the point that I was trying to make, so y'all catch where I'm coming from. So we shalom, Sanaa, shalom. She on her Facebook. So go back to Ezekiel real quick. I want to read that, and then I'm gonna go somewhere from there.
Ezekiel chapter 11 and verse 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right. So even with us being scattered and amongst the heathens, the Lord said He would be a sanctuary to us. The sanctuary is the truth, but it's also here. These congregations that's rising up. This is the sanctuary that the Most High has sprouted up, where His name is being taught, where His word is being delivered, where the people practice the laws. We come here to what? Learn and apply these laws, and to also what? Learn to deal with each other as the scriptures say. Because I'm telling you, find somebody that can go in here and tell you that when you get to these commandments, most of them ain't talking about the way you deal with your brothers. I guarantee it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Most of these laws are about how you deal with your brethren. So now watch this. So He said, I will be a little sanctuary to you in the midst of these countries, because you were scattered. But watch this. Go to now. Watch this. Go to Second Maccabees. Second Maccabees chapter 1. And 27. Second Maccabees chapter 1, verse 27.
Second Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 27. Gather those together that are scattered from us.
So gather those together that are scattered from us. Come on.
Deliver them that serve among the heathen. Look upon them that are despised and abhorred, and let the heathen know that thou art our God.
That thou art our God, right? So watch this. Here's the point. Read on.
Punish them that oppress us.
Right. So now, if you read this, it's almost going into a prayer form. Well, he's saying, look, gather those together that are scattered from us, because we are the ones that are scattered. And it says, and deliver them that serve among the heathens. Look upon them that are despised and abhorred. We are the despised and abhorred people. It says, and let the heathens know that thou art our God. So now you read in the Bible, if salvation was for everybody, there's no way you would have. While you reading the Bible, this man is excluding people. He calling them heathens and saying that you are our God.
That's right.
So, and with that being said, Mr. Howell, you disrespected our name. You called us out. I ignored you. You want it? I accept the debate. I accept your debate, and it's going to be the best spiritual ass whooping you've ever received. So let's get it set up. No more false blogs, none of that. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. And we'll see if salvation is for everybody. But I guarantee you, this is going to be the best spiritual ass whooping you get. By 30 minutes after we start this debate, I'm going to have you hang up because you can't hang. Or you're going to be stumbling over your words. And I can guarantee you that. So run and play that. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. You want it? Let's make it happen.
Let's bring it.
So now, read that one more time for me.
No thing.
I just want the part, look upon them that are despised.
All right. Look upon them that are despised and abhorred, and let the heathen know.
And let who know?
The heathen know that they are our God.
That thou art our God. That's possessive.
Yes, it is.
He's our God. Why he say that you are the living God? You are everybody's God.
Right. Because he's not.
All right. Just know you ain't for it, man. That's it. Verse 28.
Verse 28. Punish them that oppress us.
Punish them that oppress us. Now we know who's oppressing us clearly.
Yes, sir.
We know who's oppressing us clearly. We have been oppressed since the cotton fields. And as a fact, let's go there real quick. Hold this. Go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 16, right?
Yeah. Kirsten too.
Yeah. And then this is what's heavy. I want you to, as a fact, watch this. Get 16, and then I'm gonna do a little jump real quick. We're gonna go back to Maccabees because I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. This is the clear cut to show who's oppressed. Watch this. Let's get it.
That man show you right. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16.
Come on.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Right, cursed shall we be in the city because the law. Right. Let's just. I don't even really have to take them back that far. I can do it right here. 2018. Who is it that's getting gunned down in the streets?
Us.
Who's the last hired first fire?
Us.
Who's filling up the prisons?
Us.
Who's filling the cemeteries?
Us.
Who's on every hood corner because they got no job? So they selling drugs to their own people.
Right.
Who's getting beat down, harassed on every corner they talk. If you go to a certain side of town, they will pull you over and say, what you doing on that side of town?
Right.
That's us. That's cursed in the city. Now, if we could take it back to slavery time now, the laws wasn't for us.
At all.
The same badge that the crackers wear today, or the Salakia. I already. Is she still on?
I don't think so.
I don't know what's going on.
All right. Well, the Esau,
Yeah.
the same police badge that they wearing, I've got images where I can show you that same badge used to say slave patrol.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The laws wasn't for us. If you ran away looking for freedom and you got caught, they put you to death for that. All right. So now, cursed shall thou be in the city, and what else?
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
And cursed shall thou be in the field. Now that's self-explanatory, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cotton fields, tobacco fields, sugarcane fields,
Orange field.
orange, you name it. You know what I'm saying? So now, watch this. Jump back up to verse 15. Deuteronomy 28:15. Watch this.
Like you said, 15.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right. So God said that, Moses told us that if we didn't do the commandments that we was being given, that curses will come upon us and overtake us and destroy us, right? Now, who the hell was Moses talking to?
Israel.
Proof, Deuteronomy 1:1.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spoke unto all Israel on this side Jordan, in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tephel. And
No, that's all you really have to read. Just read verse 1.
Yeah, that was verse 1.
Read verse 1 one more time.
All right. Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
That's all I need. He said he spoke these words to all of Israel, right? So now that we know who Moses is talking to, go back to Deuteronomy 28, right? And let's get verse What's going on out there? Watch this. Get verse 30. Start at 32. Now remember, I said I'm gonna show you that we don't oppress clearly now, because this verse gonna tell you.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32.
Now remember, who's Deuteronomy 28 talking to?
Israel.
Right. So watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
Right. So we're saying that our sons and daughters was going to be given to other people. This is going back into slavery time. When you had children, they would take your kids from you and give them to another plantation owner. And you had no might in your hands, meaning you couldn't, what could you do? You didn't have no military might. You couldn't just take your kids back. That was what it was. When they took your kids, and the women would cry for their kids all the day long. You watched 12 years of slavery. When they took the lady kids from us, she cried. I don't know. Oh, Lord, she cried.
Yeah, she kept crying.
Right. So now, even in today's society, they take your kids from and put them in what DCF come and take your kids from you. You ain't got no money. You can't just bust up in the orphanage or whatever they take them. You can't just bust up in there and take your kids back. You got to go through their system and everything else. So now read the very next verse.
The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
Hold on, you should be what?
Oh, only oppressed.
You shall be only oppressed. That's clear. Who's the oppressed now? Right. And now, I'm going to give you another one to show you. They say, why y'all so mean or so angry at Esau, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we so angry? Ecclesiastes 7:7. Only a dummy wouldn't be upset. Only a dummy wouldn't be angry. And I'm saying that for a reason. I'm going to let scripture tell you, better not tell you.
Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Yeah.
All right. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Oppression maketh a wise man mad. So why we mad? Because goddamn it, we ain't dummies.
Right.
We are the oppressed, and oppression makes a wise man mad. Just that simple. So now let's go back to 2nd Maccabees, verse 28.
2nd Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 28. Punish them that oppress us.
Right. Punish them that oppress us. Punish the people that are oppressing us Israelites. Yeah. And we know when we read Deuteronomy 28, it's clear who the oppressor is. Right. Look at our condition today. We know who the hell our oppressor is. Right. That's Esau.
Already.
And that's the other nations too, the ones that's benefiting from Esau. Right. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh. And with pride do us wrong.
And with pride they do us wrong, because Esau is a very, very prideful people. Esau is a very, very prideful people. And oh snap. I'm about to die. Let me look it up.
Wow.
I'm gonna stay tuned. I'm trying to start now. There we go.
They're trying to start the show, bro.
All right, we on it, popping. So yeah. So now, what we have to understand is that we were scattered for our wrongdoings, our follies against the Most High. But the Most High didn't scatter us for us to be destroyed. It was not to destroy us, and that's why, in the time being, the Most High is going to punish them for the things they did to us. Now, you got some people right now that's saying that wouldn't that make God unrighteous if all of us. Nah, I plugged it up. You can switch to the YouTube if you want to, because you're the only one on Facebook. But I plugged it up. The phone ain't gonna die. So if you want to, you can go to YouTube, or you can stay where you at. So someone was saying that wouldn't that make God unrighteous because um everybody seemed to be affected by the sins of Adam. And I was like, well, what you gotta understand is the laws was only given to Israel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then second, how in the hell can God be unrighteous because he chose and he created everything? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. So
He the one who put. He the one who the guidelines for righteous and unrighteous.
all right, look, you gonna choose, you gonna tell him he can't choose and have a favorite. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait.
He can't choose. He says specifically. I choose who I choose.
So it's gonna be hell of a hell of a match. Well, it ain't gonna be a match.
It's gonna be a hell of an ass whooping that what I think
Right.
I meant to say.
Right. So now dealing with what was said, somebody okay. Friday Night Lights, y'all know it's never a set class. I go based off of certain things. So as I'm reading the emails, right, in the question section, sister say she got an issue with another sister. And I said, women, I'm starting to think that it's almost impossible for women to actually be friends. because I was like, what the hell going on here? All they do is oh God. This sister say, I'm gonna tell you what she would have said. Bitch ate my yogurt and they gonna tell on me. Her and the girl arguing on the job. She said, the bitch ate my yogurt and they gonna tell on me. so I guess the girl ate her yogurt. They supposed to be friends. They eat lunch. They talking about each other behind each other's backs and everything else like that. And then they share a lunch. The girl eat her. She give the girl her yogurt. The girl eat the yogurt and then go tell the supervisor on her later on. But so she just like, here's the way she says like, bitch gonna eat my yogurt and then tell on me. I say this is, but I was like, you know what? It would all happen. They wouldn't be able to tell on you if you knew how to do this one, because she didn't tell on you something about something she's seen. She told you about something you said. So what would be the best way for her not to be able to tell nothing you said? If you shut up. That's the goddamn problem. And I've noticed that a lot with the nation. Like, people don't know how to just govern their tongue. Just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, not only just off of that situation, but in general, like when you look around in the nation, like, just be quiet. So they talk too goddamn much. You shook the table. Yeah. So they talk to, they don't, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I shook the table. You're right. I'm gonna move the whole damn camera. I think I moved it over too much then. Whatever. so they don't know how to be quiet. And one person was like, well, how do you know when to be quiet or what to speak, when to speak? I said, it's simple. First, what you gotta understand is we gotta learn how to talk. And once again, what's the best way to learn how to not say the wrong things? It's another way I want to put this one out. It's a good way to learn how not what to say is learning not to say anything at all. You know what I'm saying? If somebody never said a goddamn word, the world would go on and it wouldn't change a damn thing in history. And you have to learn, get me James, let's go with James about the tongue, because they say things to each other and it sets off a fire within. Scriptures tell you that tongue is what? A deadly weapon. It's also a who?
I said untamable.
Untamable.
A world war. Something sin.
It's one specific I won't watch. Just go to James. James chapter 3 and start at 5.
James chapter 3 and verse 5.
I see them. I see brothers and I see women. They both have the same. The problem is they don't know how to tame them. They don't know how to shut up. That's the problem. Watch it. Read.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, brother. James chapter 3 and verse 5. Even so, the tongue is a little member, and boast of great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindles.
Right. Watch this.
And the tongue is a fire.
The tongue is a fire.
A world of iniquity.
It is a world of iniquity. Because the tongues, when they say the tongue is a world of iniquity, that thing speaks death. That tongue speaks a lot of iniquity. Because if you don't know how to govern, if you don't know how to just seal your lips, your tongue gonna shoot everything out that goes to your head. It's some things people say to each other like you didn't have to say that.
Right.
But because you can't contain your lips, you can't just we haven't learned that discipline yet. You gotta say it. You just gotta say it. And when you just gotta say things, you're gonna set a lot of shit on fire. Watch this, come on.
So with the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of heaven.
Right. So the tongue is the smallest thing, but it will defile the whole body. They can't contain the tongue, right? And the scriptures, the way the scriptures, the way it gets so detailed with not being able to contain the tongue, not knowing how to shut up, not knowing how to, you don't build that discipline. Like when you want to control the horse, and they say you put the bits in his mouth, and if you want him to turn left, you got to pull the left side, and he by that with the bits being in his mouth under his tongue, he navigates off of whichever way you pull those ropes. So now, to the person who say, well, how do I build the perfect discipline? I tell you how. I'm going to break it down.
I want to pull the scripture real quick that what you were saying about the tongue is the brain death.
Go ahead. Let's get it.
Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 21. Proverbs 18, 21. You have to prove what you're saying. Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
Right. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. I mean, you can speak life and you can speak death with the tongue. And they that love it eat the fruits thereof. I mean, they that love it, when it's going to the eat the fruits thereof, I mean, whichever one you speak, you're going to eat the fruits of. That's the fruits that you like in your life. You speak death, you speak evil. Evil is going to be what you eat. You speak right. You speak positive things is what you're going to. You bring those spirits around you. Like a lot of people, you don't know you kindle the spirits around you and the spirits of other people based off of what? The things that you speak. So you have to learn the perfect discipline with the tongue. You got to learn to shut up. And that's the first step. Once you learn how to shut up and not say whatever it is you think or what you want to feel, then you can start to discern what's the right thing to say. Because you learn that I don't necessarily have to say everything that I think or that I feel. So now, for them who ask, well, how do I gain the perfect discipline with the tongue? I'm going to tell you how. Let me break it down. You come in the building. All you got to do is come in. You come around us. You come in. And when you come in, the more you come in, you'll say something stupid. And then we'll say, Shema Shukah. shut up, and you do it. And if you don't do it, then we'll adamantly force you to do it. And if that doesn't work, then we'll kick your ass out. But if you so happen to do it, you'll be quiet. And as time goes by, you'll keep doing it, and you'll notice you keep hearing the same words. Every time you say something stupid, every time you speak, you hear Shema Shemqua. Shut up. So after that, eventually you'll be like, damn, man, I can't say nothing around there. You've learned discipline. You learned a perfect lesson. You learned to do what? Shut the hell up. so after that, eventually, as time passed, we'll say, give me Psalm 75. You know what Psalm 75 is when we call it for somebody, right? It's time for a promotion.
Oh, yeah.
So when a promotion comes, that means we're telling you to speak now. And then some of you'll keep the promotion, then you'll go to speaking too goddamn much. And then we'll say, shut up again. So after that, you're like, damn. So then we'll actually be quiet a little longer. And then eventually Psalm 75 will come up again. You'll get promoted. And it'll be time to speak again. And within that, through that process, eventually you learn to govern the tongue. You learn the perfect discipline with the mouth. So you want to learn the perfect discipline with the mouth. It's simple. Just come to the building. just come to the building. You'll start talking. You'll say something foolish, and then we'll ask you to shut up. It's just that simple. And you know what I'm saying? It's literally that simple. You will learn, or you'll say something stupid, and we'll get you with the scriptures, and eventually, it'll work. It'll grow on you. But that's like with certain things, when brothers come in, they come in, or the sisters come in, and they may be fireheads. Through the process of time, you'll do something foolish. Most likely, I'll come down on you about it. Then you know what happens? Okay. You'll consider the matter. You'll try to deal with it differently next time. But eventually you're gonna do something foolish again, and then I'm gonna come down on you again, and then eventually what happens? Through that process of going through it over and over, eventually you'll notice, damn, I don't deal with things the same way anymore. Because you've been built in a certain discipline. Bingo. Bingo. Because it's gonna be one or two things when it comes down to it. You'll either listen when I come down on you, or we'll say, well, shalom. And the brother say, okay, well, they'll say Judaism a big mean son of a bitch. Whatever the case may be, they'll say these things about him. But at the end of the day, you'll eventually see, okay, you may obtain favor. And when you obtain favors, okay, I'll deal with you like this. Some people, they have a situation, and when they leave, I say, thank God. Some people, they get upset, and we say, who gives a damn? Stay mad. I hope. There's some people, I will hope that you leave. I will run you out of here, hoping you leave. And when you leave, we'll have a barbecue. And everybody will drink wine, and we'll eat food, and we'll be celebrating the fact that you left. And then there's others will get upset, and it'll say, okay, get over it. And then when the time comes, listen, this is what it is. I'm saying, me and you here. We need to be here. And I don't want to sound too hood to say I fucks with you, but y'all get the drift. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we here. You know what I'm saying? I need to shake it off so we can move forward. But as far as the two sisters, man, Well, I can't say the two sisters because they don't talk anymore. But as far as sister, you just gotta learn to simply govern your mouth. You have to learn that the world would be the world would be affected at all if you did not say a damn thing. It might be better off if you didn't say a damn thing. Because some people, some people when they speak, no good can come from it. It's only y'all ever met people like that where anything they say it make any situation worse?
Mm-hmm.
I've run across people like when you say something, you make situations worse because you're not a counselor. Just be you better off just just be an analyst. God damn it, shut up. Oh God. God, oh God. Oh my goodness. I can't stand a novice.
Those are the type, for me, those are the type of people that make work.
I know it all.
So they try to correct you on what you know.
Yeah.
That's like they do with my damn job. I'm like, oh. I'm like, who the fuck are you? That's the first thing that pop up in my head. Right. Like,
make sure y'all speak, because I want people to make sure think I'm quiet. I want them to hear y'all.
oh, okay.
So yeah, but a novice, man, like and I'm quite sure y'all bump into novices often, especially now with this. You dealing with this truth. You got people you supposed to be having a conversation, and you find yourself they doing all the goddamn talking, but they like it's just I've bumped into brothers, right? They ain't got no foundation, no congregation, nothing that they with, but they got all the answers. And you're like, okay. At some point, you're like, oh, you nigga, shut up. Like, at some point, like, you're not. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna stand here and let you just talk. Like, I can't do it. I can't stop. It's too much goddamn talking. It's just be quiet. Listen. I'm telling you something. You're gonna take over what I'm telling you and talk. Just be quiet. You see something, man? It's some street teaching videos where you can see like, man, just shut up. Like, shut up. Like, what are you talking about? It's like dealing with a Christian, man. So that was one situation. Two sisters are beefing. One sister opened her mouth and said something that she probably should have just kept to herself. And she mad because the bitch ate her yogurt and then told her.
She also gotta know her type of friends. Like, I'm sure if she's gossiping to you about other people's business, you know she's gonna tell what you're telling her.
Bingo.
Let me pull this scripture real quick in Proverbs.
Go ahead. What you got?
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 3. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life.
Bingo.
But he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction.
Right. Just close your goddamn mouth. that's just it. Just close your mouth. And then when you what Sister Dyra, what she's saying, is right here. This is one of the scriptures we run to a lot. Matthew chapter 7, verse 20, just to get right to the point. When she say if she's gossiping to you about people, what the hell you think she's doing with your business?
Right.
Or about you to somebody else?
Right. Matthew chapter 7. He's saying 20.
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 7 and verse 20. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them.
Wherefore by their fruits you should know them. Mm-hmm. If she gossip to you about other people's business and then she still hang with them,
right?
What do you think she's doing about you?
She's showing you who she is.
Her fruits show you that she's a gossiping son bitch. She can't keep her mouth closed. She loves telling people business. And then when she's done talking about you like a dog, she comes back to you for more bones to tear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures tell us when you should know the body fruits, of course, but it's a law about that type of person. Let me see if I can find it. think it's in 19 as well. Leviticus. Yeah, Leviticus 19 and verse 16.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer.
Right. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer. Now, who knows what that means?
Gossip.
Yeah.
A gossiper or telling people's business. You're a talebearer. You hear this and you go tell that. You see this, you go tell that. You up and down telling everybody's goddamn business.
Right. Yeah. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people. Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor.
Right. So you shall not go up and down as a talebearer amongst thy people. And that's one of the things that you see. That's the type of spirit that is. Well, you run around, you telling everybody goddamn business. You uttering things you should not say. You know that come from an idol. I almost said the B word again. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop too many of them bombs in here tonight. But that's an idol. What's a I don't even know the word to say for it. But that type of woman is a talebearer. She got that gossip spirit. She want to tell everybody business. And we know the scriptures tell us to what? As far as when it comes to business. It's one of the famous sayings that Israelites say, even if they, well, I'm gonna just put it like this, people in the world say this a lot. Or maybe you've said this to some people that always telling people business. Somebody tell your business, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna tell them they need to learn to do what?
Shut the hell up.
Mine they do.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Watch this. Right. For 1 Thessalonians, I believe it's 4:11. Damn it.
People that gossip about everything don't have business. Or they got too much business and they don't want you to know.
Yeah, and the reason why I like both of those answers, because both of those answers is in this script.
You said what?
1 Thessalonians 4:11.
All right. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet.
Right, it says study to be quiet. That's the whole point of when St. John said, you're gonna tell them to do what?
Shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up. Now, do y'all understand? It also goes back to what when I was just explaining how you get the proper discipline with your mouth. You're gonna come in here, you're gonna say something stupid, and we're gonna tell you shut up. Right. So it says study to be quiet means study to shut the hell up. Come on.
And to do your own business.
Mind your own goddamn business. That's another answer. And that's what the scripture tells you though. That's why y'all answers, y'all
understand?
that's right. So it tells you straight up, study to shut the hell up and mind your own goddamn business.
Right.
Come on.
And to work with your own hands, as we commanded you.
And work with your own hands as we commanded you. And the reason why is because 9 times out of 10, watch this. Watch this. Let me find it real quick. Because remember, I just said that type of person is idle as hell. Find it. Y'all give me 1 second. Watch this. Go to First Timothy's. You said you like the rest of that.
Yeah, what you read in 11, 18. I like the rest of it. But you said Timothy.
First Timothy.
Yeah, First Timothy's 5, right? So I'm gonna read Thessalonians 4:11 real quick again to get memory back. It says, and that you study to be quiet, meaning shut the hell up and do your own business, meaning mind your own damn business, and to work with your own hands as we commanded you. Now, the reason that's hidden is because remember that tale-bearing, gossiping woman that's running, telling everybody's goddamn business, she ain't got no business. Meaning, 9 times 10, she idle as hell. And that idol behind a woman, this is what she's gonna do. Watch this. Go to First Timothy chapter 5. And as soon as I can find it, I can tell you what verse I'm on. Start at 13 though. Start at 13.
First Timothy chapter 5 and verse 13. And with all they learn to be idle.
For all they learn to be idle.
Wandering about from house to house.
She do what?
Wandering about from house to house.
Come on.
And not only idle, but tattlers also and busybody.
Tattlers. What is a tattler?
Smith.
Gospel. She just telling every goddamn thing.
Right.
Yeah. Now y'all know this. Growing up in a Judite household, everybody know their mama with that one friend. If your mama's not that one friend, that come to your mama house or go to her friend's house and tell everybody goddamn business.
Everybody in their mama.
Right. Right. Yeah, your mama knows she talks so damn much. Anytime something she don't want to let her know certain stuff.
Right.
She tells so much people business. Your mama hide stuff from her.
Right.
Your mama don't even want to know. That's supposed to be her friend, and you like don't even let them know all that because they talk too damn much. They tell you business to everybody. Watch this. Read it again.
And with all they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also and busybodies.
Also busybodies. And what do they be doing? Watch this.
Speaking things which they ought not.
You speaking things that you ought not to be speaking. It's not your business to tell.
Right.
Don't you keep your damn mouth shut?
I think that's kind of hard.
Keep your mouth shut. Stop being so idle for somebody to wring your goddamn neck. Tell somebody business and they pull up and kick your ass.
Yeah, and that you might lose your friend for good for shit like that.
Right. Because you know what? And that's a heavy statement you made. Because what happens with a person that is a tattler or a person that's idle and they tell things, as soon as they stop being able to tell the obvious things, eventually what's next they're going to tell?
Personal things.
Personal things. Or things that if you don't take the chance, take time to learn the fruits of the person you're dealing with, you need to have told them something that's sacred or a secret that's supposed to be between you and them. And you know what they're going to do? When they try to, a tattler, I want to go around here and tell things that everybody else don't know.
Right.
So now if I'm telling that, I done told you everything I can tell you that everybody know about, eventually I'm going to start digging into stuff that I should not even be talking. Like, what's going on in y'all household? If I know, but y'all let me know about something that's going on in your household. That ain't my job to go and tell such and such over here.
You know, a good example about something like that is Samson.
Yeah. Samson told all his heart.
Yep. And got it. Told his weakness and used it right against him.
what? Hey, it's true though. It is what it is. Let me find it real quick.
Even when they don't have nothing else to tell, they start fabricating.
Right.
A little here, a little there. So you know you gotta tell your business just to clear up the lies.
So now watch this. Sirach chapter 22 and verse 22. Because this is what's gonna happen. I tell you, man, you know what I'm saying? We in these scripts, but I mean, listen, you still dealing with men and women. And you can eventually say something that we'll get you in the ass whipping and all that. And then what? We gonna cuss the sister or the brother out, and you gonna have to forgive him for giving you an ass whooping.
You like a Christian.
You go get up and leave, like, but it's all. That's why it's best not to be a tattler. It's best not to go around telling people business. I'm saying, I'm not telling you to hide sin for nobody. Y'all know, everybody here, y'all know better than that. But I'm telling you something. This is sacred. This is between why everybody don't supposed to know this.
Don't you have a script about keeping?
Mm-hmm. Watch this though. I'm gonna watch this because I want us.
Yeah, this one.
This gonna hit it. Watch. In a way, it's gonna hit it in a way because remember we dealing with them that they tattlers. They want to tell people business, and eventually, you told everything you can tell. You start telling stuff that you shouldn't tell, which is what Timothy was saying. And then here's the proof of what's going to eventually happen.
All right.
Sirach 22:22.
Sirach chapter 22 and verse 22. If thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not.
So if you open your mouth against your friend, the scripture say fear not, right?
For there may be a reconciliation.
Right, y'all may be able to patch up whatever was said, or you say something that might offend your friend. Don't fear, y'all might be able to work that thing out.
Except for upbraiding.
Except for these things. You know what I'm saying? Now, you open your mouth against your friend, you offend them, don't be afraid because you may be able to patch it up. Except if you do these things. Upbraiding, okay, you upbraid this person. Now, you know what I'm saying? You nigga and all that type of stuff there. Come on.
Or pride.
Or pride gets in the way.
Or disclosing of secrets.
Or what?
Disclosing of secrets.
You go around and you start telling secrets.
Or a treacherous wound.
A treacherous wound. I allow you in my house and you steal my goddamn money.
Sleep with my wife.
Sleep with my wife. Well, that's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, we don't hold. You sleep with my wife. We holding on by goddamn threads now. Like it was. Dog. Y'all ever read the story of Susanna?
Nah, I was gonna start.
I just told me that last night to read it. Stay on topic. We'll get
there. All right, yeah, I ain't gonna touch it then. But a treacherous wound, man. Watch this. Let's finish it out.
For these things, every friend will depart.
For if you do these things here, you upbraid, pride cometh in, you tell somebody secrets, you do something treacherous towards them or to them. For these things, every friend will depart. Meaning, these are things for the Most High understand that the nigga ain't gonna forgive you. Yeah, he may forgive you, but I'm done with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when it says every friend will depart, you know that departure may come with an ass whooping. That ass whooping might be your pardon papers. So it is. The moral of the story is stop telling people's business.
Right.
Did I just hear something at the door?
No, I heard your child.
And I could have sworn I heard something wiggling my doorknob.
My God, I heard that. But I don't think they want to come here.
Yo. Did Solomon ever leave?
Like not me, he would have put his face in that window. All I heard was your chair.
Okay, I'm telling you, I was like, damn, did I just hear something? Like it sounded like keys or something was rattling at the door. Somebody's trying to get in here.
Probably my chain.
Probably. I don't know. I don't know. I was saying, man, it's about to go crazy.
Paranoia.
On the damn.
That
I already said good job.
That history of Susanna is crazy, right? That is one of the most treacherous. Y'all gotta read that. We might have to read that tomorrow if y'all want to.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we gotta read that. But hey, man. So the moral of this whole scenario here is about, and it's crazy how a situation can happen. Like you'll read a question and it'll turn into. I think we've been talking about people telling business for the last I don't know how long.
Right.
But it's crazy how if you really want to go in depth, you can just go in depth because all of us we don't pretty much dealt with it. I know you didn't have something you done told somebody and they don't went and told it, and then the worst part is you tell my business and I know you told it because I ain't told it to nobody else but you, and you sit there talking, I ain't saying that.
Right. At least I don't know to it.
Like, all I said was,
You said so.
That be the killer. When I'm arguing with you and you say, well, all I said was you want to slap because you 5 minutes of argument telling me you didn't say nothing,
right,
just to say all I said was, and what you said was everything. They could have made up the rest, or they could have guessed the rest because you know gave the juice.
Right.
All I said was, but once I hit it, I just dropped my mic. It's time to, like, you don't wasted 10 minutes of our time.
Right.
Just say,
I can't get
In the beginning, you could have said, well, all I said was.
Hey, because to me, when I hear all I said was, is nigga, you said it.
Yeah, that's it.
You said it. You ain't.
That's right. What I'm finna say. Shit,
right. You know what I'm saying? They spit this thing back to me the same way I said it to you, but all you said was this.
Right.
Okay. Stop telling people business. Shut your goddamn mouth. How about that? How about that? It'll save you a friendship and possibly an ass whooping, a doctor visit, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You let the Chinese man or the Arab man keep his bags of ice. You making him richer for having to put ice on your goddamn forehead and all this other stuff because you done got your ass whooped for telling people business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm surprised. So now you still hanging in this building.
Ari keep tuning in.
I'm like, I thought Ari might be asleep. You know, she. Ari, you ain't been trick or treating or nothing, have you? Then I've been out there getting no goddamn candy. Hallows Eve, that class turned out to be the mother's. That was a slapper.
Oh yeah.
They got some classic punchlines in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be using them for days to come. So now I want to say, what was another LOL? I'm up. Okay, I see you. I see. What? What did you do on Wednesday? To Ari. What did you do Wednesday? Wednesday.
Yeah, that might take a minute because she won't say anything. I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I put on my shorts.
I'm saying, why don't you just tell me what you ate for breakfast while you at it? We ate eggs. I didn't literally mean that.
They put a little too much salt in it, but
man, shoot. I wish y'all could have been here this Sabbath, but it's all good. It's all good.
As long as y'all keeping it holy.
Yeah, man. I stayed home and Illy went out. All right.
Joey gonna be standing up for correction.
Yeah, she's gonna be in front of the door that Saturday. Imagine that, like, what did you do? You'd be like, man, Illy, man, it's like, Illy be like, man, hey.
She gonna tell you exactly what they said for her to go, what she had on, where they went, what she said.
Oh God, I'm like, Illy, you're not supposed to do it. Anything. Oh God, Lord's will we pray and catch root. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is, you know.
Yeah.
You got them damn well, I'm assuming the other side is heathens, and then Gentile. I'll call him Gentile because you know he living like a Gentile.
Yeah.
But let's just pray it catch root. Let's just pray it catch root. Yeah, that's why we speak in code. Right. Gentile. You know what I'm saying? And you know, salvation is for particular Gentiles. So we'll see. Lord's will it catch root. That's why it's important that we
Stay on top of it.
right.
I'm building them up.
Yeah. You know, that's my shirt.
So
Yeah, good.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And we gotta get we gotta raise you up, Ari, to you know, be able to put that foot down and say she ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
My foot up here.
All right, remember this Leviticus 19.
You gotta be your brother, sister, keeper.
Right. Man, tripping, man. Leviticus 19:17.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But you know how it go, man. But I don't know. That's one of the most. Yeah, I say it's one. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to. Like I
That's a
told you,
tough situation.
yeah, I don't need a surrogate. I need a surrogate. Everything's cost goddamn money. I ain't know what that expensive. I was like, damn. I'm like, what the hell? For a surrogate, you know? Oh Lord.
Is that bad, right?
Yeah.
Really?
And
Man.
you, even though you got that money, you gotta make sure you find the right one.
Yeah, because they tell you like if you want a surrogate, let's say like for me, I don't want one that eats pork, all this type of stuff. It's surrogates that literally they for the time of their pregnancy, they will have somebody literally watching them, governing what they eat and all type of stuff until they deliver. So, but it costs so much money. It's like, go.
Might as well have your own damn baby.
Right.
We might as well have a wife and do it the old fashioned way.
I was like, damn, man. So it's like you can get one if you want a vegan. Like, but the whole time she pregnant, I want her to be a vegan. You can do that, but it's gonna cost
that vegan money.
I was like,
But you know, vegan ain't cheap here anyway.
let me get this part up front, this part halfway through, and this part when it's over. I'm saying someone like into my 40K.
Well, that's the all right. That's everything.
I'm assuming.
That better be. Hold up, fuck, 40K.
Right. I was like, damn.
That cost more than my damn car.
See, so now just supposed to say surrogates make thousands of dollars. Man, imagine. I was like, damn, I can't just take care of this motherfucker for the 9 months.
And imagine if it's somebody that worked out, take care of themselves.
You ain't being no.
You know how much.
You ain't being no faggot.
And I was like, a surrogate, they getting
paid.
I was like, man, I wanted a surrogate because I didn't want the stress that come with the, you know.
The opposite parent.
Well.
Co-parenting.
Well.
I'm tired.
Yes, y'all pretty much luckily y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all meshed into the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all, you know, well, when the Lord sees the time fit, you know what I'm saying, y'all won't have the troubles. But in a situation like what's going on with her and
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh God. That's where the trouble come in. Because you doing one thing, you trying to teach righteousness, and then you got, on the other hand, I'm gonna teach them to break the commandments because I know you want them to keep them.
And because I'm so stuck on these customs.
It's a dangerous game, man. That's why I say we just pray it catch root because where is that?
Oh, first let me read the Leviticus.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Right. So it says rebuke thy neighbor in thy heart and not suffer sin upon them. Man, you don't allow them to take your innocent sin. So that's why with that type of situation, we gonna we have to build Ari to a certain plateau where she's like, no, she ain't going. And at the same time, Lois will, as she keep coming, she because you looking at it like, okay, then you can say something to him like, okay, you know how you get to the point like, okay, you can't really even explode because she's so young to the point where it's like, you know what I'm saying?
And then I know her.
Mm-hmm.
She's that bribery type of person.
Mm-hmm. You got a key, you telling them you can be such and such, and at the same time get some goddamn candy with it.
You know they love candy, so that's the biggest thing right there. Like, you're not celebrating, you're really just going to get candy.
For free.
We're just gonna go see everybody and get candy. Oh, I can.
Yeah, you can picture it. Yeah.
No.
All right, man. So now what you gonna do, man? It's 11 o'clock. You ain't coming over here tonight. Yeah, I mean, you playing.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna close this camera off.
There's a Leviticus 19 and 17 one day.
You too?
Yeah. I mean, we can still chill and kick it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If y'all wanted to keep rolling, we can keep rolling, but. You finna come over? Yeah, we just chilling, man. Yeah. Yeah, we messed around so much and we never went back to something else. I just thought about it. I said, damn, I forgot to go back to such and such. But hey, it is what it is.
You just gonna go touch another topic.
Yeah, man. Shoot, I be thinking about them questions and emails sometimes. Yeah, I'm like, we be chilling. Like, I kind of like the open forum thing, which is like, we just kicking them, just, you know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily be like, all right, now if we got a class on my right, let me bring this out, then it is what it is. But I kind of like this more with everybody, you know, we just kicking it, everybody just throwing in their cents, you know what I'm saying? And right, and when it happens here, I bust a scripture that hit whatever you talking about. You know what I'm saying? I personally like that more.
That's what I like, talking about something and don't even realize like it's the scripture that says that.
Right.
Like, oh, I knew the truth.
All right, well that's that scripture when was that went with the Jeremiah. We said some was born with it, or they was the truth was with some. Like you'll see some people like generally certain things they were going through in life, they didn't even know you was going through it to build you for this truth. Right. You get that and you find, oh damn, I've been doing this all the time. Right. Right, because you was been built for this. That thing was placed with you before you even knew. Mm-hmm.
Or how I be denying stuff. And be like, look, this keep coming back to you for a reason.
Man. So I just finished studying. Well, bring your ass.
Yeah, that's the thing with trials.
Yeah.
With you fail that trial, you gonna be tested again with the same thing, but worse. We go keep going. It's like you said, you get if you pass the test, you go on. If you don't pass, you're gonna keep retaking it until you pass it.
Right.
You can't go on to the next level if you still stuck on that one level.
Yeah, that's basically. I was gonna say that you stuck in one spot until you can cross that hurdle, basically.
Bingo, because your life is basically like a big ass obstacle. You look at it in a certain angle. You want a big obstacle, you got to finish that course before before the time up. If you don't, you got stuck here. You never made it to the line that you're supposed to get to. All right, well, you're gonna die there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like you see how so many brothers like you get killed and stuff like that's because they ran off course.
Mm-hmm.
And so the obstacles to keep going, but they got stuck here, and then eventually because they stayed there. Eventually, when they're looking and say, okay, I can take this shortcut and went that way, and that way was the way they were supposed to be killed.
And I've heard that before. You know, like certain things happen to people, and just same way you said it because they went off course.
Right.
It's like it made so much sense then, and it makes sense now.
Right. So that's what I be thinking. No, that's you know what I'm saying, and that's just us. If you looking at life as the obstacle, you got the trials here, damn the roadblock here. You gonna hear no's here, you gonna hear yeses here. You gonna have these things happen to you here. How you gonna navigate through them? All right, well, remember back here, I had this brother teach you this because when you got here, you're gonna have to apply that in this situation. And so you do it wrong. Okay, well, I'm gonna send this same brother back to you. He gonna come down on you, and he gonna say, go. I'm gonna say, go again, and probably a mile up the road, I'm gonna have you run into the same situation again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you, man, when it's time to apply, that's what I said, man, you think about some of the stuff you learn or some of the stuff that we be talking about, and then when the situation comes, I'm like, that was the time to apply such and such. Or even with me, because I didn't, man, sure, I tell y'all all the time, man, I was just chosen to be the one that the Most High sat in front of y'all to go a certain way. When the Most High decide, okay, I need you to govern over this group, and then He got people for you. It's like you got to govern over them. Your job is to somehow get them in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What it's your job is somehow to get the people that He wants you in to be over, or to be following you to get them in. And then what's going to happen is, because like I told you, it's a one-head danger. There's no way the Most High put me here and didn't say somebody here has got to be next to me. And then up next to whoever's next to me, it's got to be somebody that's up under them that's basically waiting for the chance for if something happens, they take lead. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be that way. So there's no, but in the meantime, it's basically what are you going to do to build your spot? You know, right now, we all brick masons and we trying to build our home for the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So don't be that brother that's just standing there with the brick the whole time.
Like you were saying, we come across people that teach us something. I feel like throughout life, you get paired up with different people that go through certain things, and you don't have to go through it, but you being close to them, kin to them, friends with them, you see them go through certain stuff, and that saved you from having to go through it, but you didn't learn, and you turn around and did the same thing, or you did the same thing worse than what you saw because you didn't get the message then. You didn't learn the lesson, basically. You ignored it.
Yeah, you know that. Like when you say that, I think about why you think they had people stoned in front of everybody.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they had people stoned in front of everybody. So that was your warning right there. So if you not gonna, if you is either you already know what's gonna be the consequence now. That's gonna be you. That's gonna be blood dripping down your face and all the other shit next time. Yeah, that's gonna be you next time.
I gave a vivid image when I was explaining that thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Bear you from your shoulders down. Mm-hmm. Everybody launching rocks, and at the end, where your head was is just a pile of rocks.
And blood
seeping through the rocks. For me, I got like the first. I was like, ooh, when I start thinking about it, like you think about it, because when somebody throws something at you, you naturally go like, imagine not being able to put your hands up. You got a stone just coming at your face.
Yeah, you gonna do that little flinch like this, and gonna be another one hit your ass in the back of the head.
That's the sad part.
Yeah.
And you gnash your teeth, and the teeth get knocked in your mouth.
Knowing Israel, you know it was groups. You on that side, I'm on this side. We're gonna throw them at the same time.
And when you read the scriptures, who was the first ones that was commanded to throw the rocks at you?
Your family?
Your parents.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the worst part.
And what happens if they decide they ain't gonna do it?
They gonna be up there with you.
I tell my mom, I tell my dad, I'm make sure y'all kill me with this first shot. Hit me about temple or something.
You got these brothers. You got this brother. You done pissed him off years ago. He been waiting, and now you got the chance to throw him.
Oh, I knew this day would come. I told you, nigga. I told you I'm gonna stone your ass.
You gotta stand there and make it obvious too. Do something like that, or just stand there with a smile. Like,
You can't wait. You wait here in Florida. He just shaking his head. As soon as they say it's his turn, he cock his hand back to Alabama.
And let it rip.
His hand catch speed up in Georgia area.
you know how they used to throw them iron balls?
Yeah.
They used to have to jump back and like throw their whole body basically. To
Like
see
shot
Yeah, the shot put.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And the thing about them and how strong they was back then, they probably tried to pick up a damn whole damn rock that did damn big. Look,
Kimbo's and rocks out there. Dwayne Johnson and Kimbo's out there throwing rocks at you.
Right.
And that's the crazy part is because the scriptures tell you that David used to bend still with his forearms.
Yeah.
So you know how strong he been still with his forearms. Imagine how hard he could throw a rock.
Right.
He threw a rock though.
Break your jaw.
Remember, he threw a rock and killed a giant with it.
A rock. What's it? What, a slingshot though? Was it a slingshot?
Solomon had the better. I think Solomon said it was like a statue, like a purse.
And then let it go.
Yeah. But don't quote me on it.
All right. But all I know, he got hit in the fucking eye with the rock. And died.
Yes, I could imagine that. Then, even if you can't put your hands up, try to put your head down, and you're gonna suffocate yourself in the dirt if you can get your head down that far.
Yeah, man. Sure.
Or you just on your chin.
Stoning the hell out you.
I can't even imagine that, but
What's sad is I can.
and then think about it.
I can imagine that.
I have to stone my daughter. Well, I wouldn't know how the hell to react.
Supposed to kill her and bury her under the ground in the bed.
Think about that, man. You gotta put your daughter to death, your son to death, and remember when we was reading the history, just something that's like something that almost every single sister does today. They have sex before marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
That alone would get her stoned.
Yeah. Well, we have a whole. I don't think there will be much females left on this earth right now.
And that's you know what I'm saying. That's if their brother didn't man up. And now you got to think about the dudes in today's society. Half of these Negroes, man, once they get what they want, them niggas running. They gone. So
ain't no going back.
You know what I'm saying? Hell, when you see Joseph, Joseph was a righteous man and he was thinking about it. That's what that's really going to. He was pondering about it. He was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? He was a just man, so he didn't take off running. But yeah, even him, he had thoughts like, man, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Yeah, go before man, shoot.
They ain't want to deal with the consequences.
So the angel of the Most High said, man, what you don't run. You know what I'm saying? That which happened is, you know what I'm saying, of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? He was told to Mary ahead of time what was gonna happen. Of course, she didn't know, like she was still saying, hell, she know not a man, how can she be pregnant? Mm-hmm. Said, man, it's gonna be a performance. The performance was talking about you was gonna have sex. The power of the Most High was gonna come overpower you, and y'all was gonna do what it do.
They had too much Jesus.
So, and that's another thing too. I've done it before, but not with y'all. I want to do I've been thinking about doing that too, the actual breakdown about Christ's birth, because in the Christian church, of course, they tell you that she got pregnant by an angel or something like that. The angel put him in her stomach, something like that. Mm-hmm. That what we call the immaculate conception. Mm-hmm. About she just became pregnant from however, whatever mysterious way she got pregnant, but it's saying that her and Joseph didn't have sex.
Yeah, she was a virgin.
Right. So y'all been around long enough to get the actual breakdown and understand it. That, what? Y'all been around long enough to get the actual breakdown to understand like what really happened. Because if I try to explain that to the average person, they wouldn't get it.
I'm trying to think. I thought you did that.
I know you didn't break it down with me, but I had talked about it before with somebody else. But I just got one question. When you calling her the Virgin Mary, I forgot my question.
I think you did. You probably tested with me before. Go.
It's not that she was a virgin. I knew that of course she had sex with him to get pregnant.